Guys, let's have an open conversation about Manchester City. They have lost back-to-back games. The game they lost against Manchester United happened in the English Premier League. Today, they lost another game in the UCL against Bodo Glimt. If a prophet or a guru or a fortune teller had told me this would be the scoreline, I wouldn't have believed it. I never expected a scoreline like this. To the extent that Rodri picked up a red card in the game. Their most experienced player on the pitch picked up a red card. You see the reason why Pep wanted Semenyo. You see the reason why Pep wanted reinforcement. It's just rather unfortunate that they were not registered for the UCL league phase. Because trust me, if Semenyo was in this game, I believe he would have contributed to at least a goal being scored in the game. He could have been a threat because Haaland, trust me, if you're going to face Man City, who do you go and man mark or plan your defense against? It is Haaland. And once he's not scoring, once he's not getting those chances, Man City are toothless unless other players decide to take matters into their own hands. But today, it was not easy for them. And you see, if you don't appreciate Man City's performance against United, then I'm sorry for you, because today it was bad. It was way worse than the game they played against Manchester United. Now, this whole problem started when we knew certain players were not going to feature for Manchester City in the UCL, i.e. Antoine Semenyo, a player they signed who was hitting the ground running. He was not registered for the league phases. Maggie, who was just signed, he was also not registered for the league phase. And also Bernardo Silva, suspended. So these are key players who could have at least changed whatever happened today, but they were not in the game. But I felt like Man City still had firepower to still overturn this. Look, they had enough quality to have won this game. Let's be honest. I think there is a problem with Man City that no one is talking about. Take a look at the starting lineup. If you take a look at the starting lineup, the big problem happened in the defensive shape. You have Antinori, you have Erling, you have Kuznov, and also Rico Lewis. Just look at the back four. Look at the back four of Man City. This alone should tell you where the problem is. This is crazy. The back four of Man City is very weak. This is the weakest I've seen it. This back four will concede any day, any time. But I was expecting that as much as they conceded in that game, their forward line would at least cancel out. Look at their forward line. You have Cherki there, you have Haaland, you have Foden. At least this is enough firepower to at least get Man City some goals in the game. The midfield was not bad either. You have Rodri in there with experience. You have Tijani Reinders. But all these players were not bold enough today to command the win. And that is crazy because, you see, Bodo Glimt came with a game plan. It worked very perfectly. All they had to do was concede possession to Man City. So if you take a look at the possession, Man City had more possession than Bodo Glimt. Man City had 66% of the possession. Bodo Glimt had 34%. They were not interested in the possession, or they were interested in those fine moments. Once they get the ball, they make good use of the ball. And trust me, in the game, they made very good use of the opportunities they had. That is why they were able to score a total of 3 goals. In fact, they scored more goals. They scored 2 goals that were ruled offside by the VAR. They had the ball hit the woodwork. So this is a team that today took their chances and played a very, very, very well against Man City. If someone had told me this would be the scoreline, I wouldn't have believed it. But I believe this is the reason why Pep was gunning for likes like Semenyo, like Maggie. You understand why? Because of problems like this. He is trying to solve the problems. And today, we saw Man City being exposed. Man City are exposed in all angles today. We saw it. And the red card did not help matters. The red card today, it did not help matters at all to Rodri. It is sad. But then, guess what? When the red card happened, Man City had already considered those 3 goals. In the first half alone, they considered 2 goals. In the second half, Bodo Glimt scored a goal. It was disallowed in the 52nd minute. In the 58th minute, they go on to score another goal. As I said, they used their opportunity very well. This is a game of fine margins, and they made sure to defend also very well. We need to appreciate the ability, the effort Bodo Glimt put in to defend against Man City. It is not easy to defend against Man City. It's not even easy to go toe to toe against them. But then, for Bodo Glimt to do this, I respect them. A Norwegian team beating Man City. Oh, look, the script couldn't have been written any better. We saw what happened at the AFCON. It is not up to 48 hours yet. The UEFA was like, no, I have my own script for you. I want to do this. But trust me, no, like Pep has to get things in shape, things in line, because if this was any other team, they would have actually considered like 10 goals. The defense was bad. Hugh is coming into the game, into the team, which is good. But guess what? He's not going to be in the league phase. So you still need certain reinforcement in certain areas. And trust me, the centre-back pair today was the poorest I've ever seen this season for Man City. What is this? I would have preferred a DM to play that centre-back than those two. Trust me. I think Pep is overthinking all this thing. I mean, this is crazy. I see someone posting that Man City fans are returning to their original teams, which is quite crazy because things are not going on well for Man City. When Manchester United beat them in the EPL, a lot of people were like, oh, United are just having new manager bounce. Carrick is in. Everyone wants to surprise the coach. Today we saw it. There is a problem at Man City. We saw it today. They were exposed. Defensively, in midfield, offensively. It's like once you don't let the passes get to Haaland, they cannot play anything. If the passes don't get to Haaland, they cannot play anything. And you see, teams are learning this. Football is becoming technical. And even small teams can learn these fine details. They know that, okay, if I block the passing lanes to Erling Haaland, if I remain very compact and defend very well, once I get my chance and score against Man City, I get to go throughout the whole game and probably win it. And that is what we saw today. That is what we saw today. I'm going to hit my chest that if players such as Semenyo were in this game would have been different. If players like Hugh were in this game could have been different. If Bernardo Silva was in this game could have been different. And Haaland is struggling for goals. I think this is the moment where you need someone like Semenyo. This is why Semenyo was brought into this team. It's just rather unfortunate he wasn't registered for the league phase. But then this is the reason why Semenyo was brought into the team. If you look at their wingers, if you look at Man City itself, anytime Haaland is not scoring, it becomes very difficult. You understand? And you need players like Semenyo who are very clinical, who are not afraid to take the risk to score goals. That is why I believe Semenyo is a good signing for Man City. And today we are saying why he was so much needed. I believe today they needed Semenyo. Today, Semenyo could have changed that whole game. They brought in Mamouche, but it wasn't enough. Mamouche is just coming from AFCON. He just played AFCON. You need a player who is fresh, and Semenyo is that guy. I think Man City, man, they need to walk away with the L and learn from this. And I know a lot of people would be shocked with this scoreline because I myself, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I never expected a scoreline like this. But Man City keeps on surprising me. And this script, I never saw it coming. Look, the AFCON script, I was like, that is crazy. But this script is just crazy on different levels. But I felt like defensively, Man City failed. They failed defensively. Offensively, they also failed because you look at the defensive pair, you kind of pardon them a bit because, I mean, that is the weakest. They are going to concede by all means. But at least offensively, they were good in that department. At least you could, expect some goals from them. But Man City scoring only one goal through cherki, even that one was a deflected goal. Nah, this is one of the lowest moments I've seen Man City in. And this is bad. You could see Pep was just clueless. He did not know what else to do. And it wasn't like he had many options, you understand, because there are injuries affecting the club too. But then guys, let me know your honest thoughts concerning this. What do you think is wrong with Man City? Do you think they have reached their peak and now this is their downside? They are falling so deep. Definitely they are going to rebuild. Definitely they are going to win games. But then this is the lowest of the lowest I've seen. Let me know your thoughts concerning that down below in the comments. Thanks for joining me as I react to Man City losing to Bodo Glimt by 3-1. Let me know what you think about it down below in the comments. Rodri picking up a red card, 2 yellow cards in the game. I felt like it was just unnecessary. I mean, for someone experienced as him, you should have known better. But then I'm going to end it here. Let me know what you think concerning this game down below in the comments. Thanks for watching. My name is Adam. See you in the next one.